Let's do it!
Yeah, you. Alright, let me scroll to the first part of it. Oh, wait, that's the wrong page. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, I didn't write it last time. Oh well. Well, we begin a little in media res, and we're going to focus on Gustav. Gustav, as you're about to step into the alleyway bar with your friends, you cease to hear footsteps of others against the cobblestones, or the light sounds of revelry from within.
Oh,
You're-
shit.
You hear only your breathing and your heartbeat as the world around you goes gray, and the only other figure around you is Lauren Ettlinger. Let me just bring up this picture.
I have a... Alright.
Da-da-da-da! Sorry.
Yes. The only other figure is Lauren Ettlinger in his shadowy cloak, watching and waiting. It's time for you to come learn. Come with me. He does not wait for you long.
Gustav will follow him, but be very, very anxious. Because this is technically illegal, but like...
He looks in your direction once and notes your face, but turns otherwise. The two of you walk like ghosts through the city, taking a late-night stroll, off through the alleyways of Southgate, until he finds what he's looking for. He moves aside a wooden plank and reveals a trapdoor. From his robes, he reveals an iron key, opens it, and descends down the ladder. Let me go ahead and switch to this map real quick. At the bottom is a narrow stone passage that opens up into a wider room. There are torch scones along the wall, but only the nearest ones are lit by your teacher. Dried blood is stained into the stone tiles around you. At the center is an obsidian stone pillar with 4 small statues of humanoid figures bowing to it.
Okay. Can I make...
speaks up a little bit to at least explain himself. This place is conductive to the shadows, dark and quiet, with only us to fill it. As you might tell, it's conductive to other things as well. The less we think about that, the better. We should focus on the dark, but you should focus on reaching to the winds around you first, most of all.
Alright. This is definitely... Can I make a religion check to see if this is fucking chaos? Like... Oh. I don't know what, but like...
Yeah, sure. Religion makes sense if you got that skill.
I don't even know if it's a skill.
Is it?
Nah.
Common
I
knowledge
think it
empire?
is.
Well, it wouldn't be
Academic
common.
knowledge. Religion.
Academic knowledge would.
I have only academic knowledge magic, so...
That could help a little bit.
Alright. Well, that's failure.
Of course, your first and basis instinct is, of course, to go chaos, chaos. But he is ready to start teaching you.
Alright, I guess I will comply because I don't think I have a choice at this point.
Alright. So he starts taking you through various small words of magic and motions and telling you what to look for. It's hard to ignore the winds of magic in this place, and you feel it raising the hairs on your arms. You can see the glittering of its liquid motion, and to reach out and touch it seems almost the simplest thing in this place. Give me a channeling check or casting roll, and take a +2 on it.
Oh, well. Didn't take my +2. But...
Well, I mean, not the channeling, I mean like the magic roll.
Oh,
so you channel it successfully. Now I think you roll the casting dice.
Yeah. How do I do that?
D10s.
So I roll 1d10s plus my... Wait. So 4d10s, right?
Oof.
Oh, you're gonna roll 4 of them at once?
Well, you said +2, so a channeling give me my magic.
Plus 2 to the score.
Isn't it
Oh, alright, so...
Yeah,
12.
so let's just, the first
Isn't
two,
the number of dice that you're rolling equal to your magic skill?
Yes, but if I take a channeling skill,
You add your
Add this
magic
again.
to it, not
Yeah.
more dice.
No,
Right.
I had my another dice.
No, it's
to
a
it.
bonus. Like plus number, not plus dice.
Yeah. So whatever your if you have like magic 1, you roll 1d10. If you have 2, you roll 2d10s. And any bonuses apart from that, the +2 goes added at the.
All right.
Yeah, that's why the more powerful you get in magic, the more likely you are to fuck it up and do something bad.
All right. So only 3, so 5 in total.
5 total?
Yeah.
Okay. That is actually the number I was looking for. And he seems incredibly pleased as you cast your first spell and create just a small, shimmering purple orb of light in your very hand. And then, about 6 seconds later, it disappears forever. He smiles, perhaps the first expression you've actually seen on his face.
I don't like this.
And so while you're busy training, let's go back to the basement, where last time, Conrad had his arm broken in and he ran to go get help, and Alexa and Lash stayed behind and beat 2 rats in the head until they were dead.
3.
Bloodied, battered, exhausted.
Yes. So, okay, you peasant folk, now that you're out, we need you to carry this stuff back to town for us.
Doo-doo.
Did it not go?
Yeah, I'm just moving them here. They after you've let them out from their cages, they start to gather around you and go, sure, of course, anything for our heroes." And the drunken man sort of steps up and goes, "Let's hear it for a cheer. 3 cheers for Alexa." And they all start to gather around and lift you up as well to take with
what?
them. They take the stuff that you've pointed out, and you, and are ready to just march out with you, exuberant that you have rescued them.
What? What is Lash doing?
Slinking off, I guess. I got things to
They
do.
got me. They're not putting me down.
I mean, if there's a clear exit to this place, I guess I'll go that way too and just, be ignored. That's good enough. I don't care. I didn't do this for them.
Okay, well, I guess.
Let me go ahead and peel off like a couple of the crowd actually, because they definitely heard your name shout and go, "You're Lash, right? You're the one who shouted at whoever that other thing was. We heard it around the corner."
Well, I gave my elven name, so they wouldn't call me Lash, I don't think.
Oh well, yeah, Talasheen. That's a
Talasheen.
mouthful. Can we just call you Een?
My friends call me Victor.
You asshole.
Sweet's gonna get killed.
damn it, Theta. Oh well, 3 cheers for Victor as well.
Long live
And
the
they
name
will,
Victor Sweet.
and they will happily parade you out as well.
Parade me out. I'm carrying a lot.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
take that for you. You've done so much hard work. You're bleeding everywhere.
No, when I say I'm carrying a lot, I mean literally the stuff that I'm wearing and everything puts me to the edge of my own encumbrance. So, I don't think tied up peasants or, restrained peasants that have been down here a long time aren't going to carry me anywhere.
Right, these 3 alone aren't carry you. In fact, it looks like the drunken guy is mostly handling the work with Alexa. The others are just kind of
Yay.
holding on for support. These 3 just seem happy to accompany you.
Right. Like I said, I'll walk out the exit.
Okay. There is, in fact, a door out here that leads upstairs into a rather nice home, of all things. I'll go ahead and just sort of drag you guys over. Not the rat corpses. As you are walking out, among all the cheering of the peasants, you hear just some squeaking in the background. I'll get you! Don't you leave me here!
Oh
Kill
no.
you!
Oh no.
No, we killed that guy. We finished him.
I didn't hear anyone say that they stopped to do that in the
Yeah, that
middle
was
of
the last
battle.
thing. No, it was the last thing Alexa did, unless
Yeah,
you're
it
talking
was-
about somebody
yeah.
else.
Oh
Alright,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
okay,
no, we
so-
killed him and we took his stuff.
okay, so you killed the paralyzed rat. Okay.
Because the only one that survived went this way. That named guy, whose name eludes me. Moleshin or something like that.
Yeah.
Moleskin the Chafee.
But yeah, the house is small, only about 4 rooms large, single hallway down the center, but it does seem at the very least nice. And it looks like someone was here very recently and has
Uh-oh.
taken quite a lot of things, but left behind a harp.
Wait a minute. I distinctly remember a terrible harpist at that bar. Wait a minute. He was in on it the whole time. I hope. Maybe. But at this point, I'm just so exhausted and beaten up where it's like, just please take me back to Master Greybelt's fort.
Well, no, we gotta go to, sorry, I can't remember. Is he a burger? Is that what he is?
The Borger?
Burger? Is he the burger? Who leads this town?
Currently the bailiff.
Who run Middenheim?
And I swear I wrote down what I wanted his name to be,
He
but it
didn't task
eludes
us,
me
though.
once more.
Yeah, somebody tasked us to find the missing people.
Oh, that was the
the
sergeant
peop-
who again. I gotta go find his name again. Gosh dang it.
Was that Captain Schiller?
Yes, Gerald Schiller.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, well, we gotta go to
And the
Captain
bailiff's
Schiller.
name is Jacob Frankfurt. Yeah.
Well, so long as I can remember his name, his title is bailiff. You'll know who I'm talking about. I thought he was
Oh.
burger for some reason.
Right. Bailiff Jacob Frankfurt, who is off in his palace, and Captain Gerald Schiller, who is with all the refugees. There we go.
So yeah, we gotta go to the captain first.
Okay. So the 2 of you head off to the captain, and while you are heading there, Conrad,
Yeah.
have-
Yes.
you
Oh,
have
sorry.
run back through the sewers, climbed up another grate, and you're off in the middle of the night, arm broken, looking for the city guards. What exactly are you doing?
Well, the guards would tend to be like easier to find closer to the walls, so that's where he's headed.
Right,
And
and you
if he
only need
happens
to
to
head
see-
south a short while before you actually reach one, and you just shout up from the ground and wait for them to climb down for you. A couple of them approach and go, What seems to be the matter? Oh God, your arm!
Yes, I've been accosted by beastmen in the sewers.
Beastmen in the sewers?
Yes.
Damn it. Get down here! We got trouble! And the guards begin to assemble, a good cohort of 10 of them, and they are ready to follow you back to the basement. When they get there, it's already empty and abandoned, save for the spare couple of corpses. They look at them and they all gag a little bit and commentate on them. It's like, look at this one, its head, it's nearly bashed in, and this one, someone just slit its throat.
Two of them appear to have been stabbed in the dick.
Oh dear, don't even. I don't even want to look at that one then. Oh. So, you did all of this yourself? Amazing.
I have help.
They sort of like laugh a little nervously. Of course, of course. And they'll begin sort of examining the room. Let me go ahead and see if guards actually have any kind of search ability or perception. I think it's just perception for everything, isn't it? Oh no, there's
Or
search.
searching, yeah.
Yeah, there's a separate search skill. Surely he didn't run away and abandon his friends.
Of course we didn't abandon his friends. And don't call me Shirley.
The guards scrounge around, and aside from the blatantly obvious, it doesn't seem like they notice much of anything at all. Conrad, would you like to make any kind of search check?
I will try. I am not trained in it, so let's see how badly I.
Yep, let's find out.
Good roll, but not good enough.
Right. He will show where like the people were in cages if he happened to have seen that during the fight, and say, they must have been freed by my friends. We should go and make sure everybody's gotten out okay.
No one appears to be left in the cage, and, well, it smells dirty and foul at the very least. And that's enough to dissuade you from digging any deeper in there. The guards sort of collect again and talk amongst themselves. Oh, we have to report this. Go upstairs, see where this is on the street. We'll get a real investigator in here. Maybe the bailiff could bring in a witch hunter or something. I don't know. This is madness for sure if they're getting in here.
Would a Bretonian know what a witch hunter is? Like, are they
You
famous enough?
you saw one before in a previous session back when we were
Okay.
investigating Moore's Garden.
Outside the cemetery.
Moore's Park, yeah.
Because I'm looking for an excuse for Conrad to become one eventually.
Well,
once he's
you met
finished
one
nightly training.
face to face. He talked to you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Identified
Thank you for
himself
reminding
as
me.
a witch hunter.
And then I think Victor did his Victor thing and he walked off.
Yep.
Good times.
Well, thank you for reminding me, because I do have a shitty memory at times.
But the guards continued their business and seemed interested in maybe exploring the sewers and seeing how these beastmen could have possibly gotten into the city. But they're not too interested in doing anything more than giving you a pat on the back and of congratulations. You've done a service to Middenheim for sure, citizen.
It's my duty to help those who need it, as well as I can do.
If only all
No.
men had hearts like you.
Then all men would be knights.
You're a knight, huh? Oh,
In
never
training.
look it.
In training, I've yet to undergo the ceremony.
And they'll chatter with you for a little bit, and we'll go ahead and change scenes because you at least have friends and you're perfectly safe.
Yes.
Which goes to Alexa and Lash, who you were heading back to the captain.
Right.
It is, of course, the
Yes.
middle of the night, perhaps past even midnight, as far as you can discern. Nearly everyone is asleep in the park, and the refugees, though excited and happy for the release, are a little bit exhausted by the time they actually carry you back to the park. And of course, it does not seem like anyone else is awake at this hour.
Well, I mean,
Well,
wake the captain
I
up.
don't know any of these people, so yeah, it's up to you, Lash.
Yeah, wake the captain up.
Okay. You attempt to find the captain. What skill would be appropriate for figuring out which tent he might actually be in?
Search
Searching?
or perception?
Yeah, let's go with search or perception.
Well, my perception is 50. My search is only 40 for some reason. So, go with that.
You might have like a plus 10 from something or other.
Yeah, I do have a plus 10 perception for, bum, 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 bum. I'm a bum, that's why. I don't remember. It's one of my things.
Okay.
Excellent vision. I have excellent vision, which is only a bonus to perception.
Right. Well, go ahead and give it a check anyway.
Hey, what did I say last time? I have a 50-50 shot, so I always lose.
Let me try.
Yeah, I'll describe to you what we're looking for.
Really?
Wow.
My excellent elf eyes. What did my elf eyes see? Shit. That's all they see. You're covered in shit. Quit
There's
wiping your
so
eyes with your
many
bare
things
hands.
to look at, though. And so many interesting things about them. You just sort of get a little distracted, and then Alexa has to just sort of tap your shoulder and go, "You mean this one?"
The big one?
Yeah, sure.
No, it'd be the tent of a carpenter.
Oh,
Oh, I chose poorly.
I get it.
Aged to death right in front of you.
And of course you sort of shake the tent a little bit, and Gerald peeks his head out and appears to be shirtless while he sleeps.
It's the
and
Witcher.
Just sort of rubs his eyes and you. Oh, you're. It's a bit late in the night for a visit.
There's no such thing as late in the night.
Well, I'm sleeping, and now I'm not.
Well, you shouldn't
so
have
it's
been.
very late.
People were missing. People went missing at the night. Why are you sleeping at night?
Oh, because I need to sleep as well. What?
What my elf
What did
friend
you
means
find?
to say is we found them.
You did. Oh, that's fantastic. And they're all safe, right?
From what we can tell, they were being held captive by, I guess, mutants or beastmen or something in the sewers.
Skaven. I passed my knowledge roll.
But you say that word, and I don't know what it means. It's like, okay, yeah, I guess.
The captain
yeah.
kind of looks at you and like raises an eyebrow and goes, like the fairy tale?
The children of the Horned God.
We're talking about like tiny foot-high rat.
Rats, man.
Nice
We're talking
lady,
about
right?
rats.
Right. And so
What he means to say is they're back now.
Thank you, translator.
but they're not real.
I will pull out one of the giant tails I have in one of my bags.
Oh! What the hell is that? Don't tell me that came from the front. He sort of like looks it up and down and goes, "This is some sort of mutant tentacle or something." Oh, there's quite a lot of ears here. Did you make a hobby of this?
No, I only took out the tail. No, I'm not revealing my entire stash.
Right, I thought last time you said you got ears too. So
I
thought you pulled
did. I
those
just
two.
said I'm not pulling them out. What am I gonna cosplay for him? See, if I bend over like this, I stick this up my asshole, and I put these on my hair.
Yeah.
Wrong game.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not pulling everything out. I'm not cosplaying for this guy.
Okay. But yeah, you pull it out and go, well, you definitely fought something, that's for sure. I suppose I'll have to talk with the city guard and see, tell them
Actually,
about it.
I thought next I could take you to the bailiff, because I think we should have some words.
Perhaps we should, but maybe it could wait till morning.
I don't
If
think it
I'm not
can.
enjoying this night, then, well, I know the bailiff will appreciate me woken up in the middle of it, too.
He might already be awake. We'll never know until we get there.
He'll sigh a little bit and go, give me a moment to actually find a shirt around here.
Alright, and as he turns around to go back into the tent, as the tent flap falls back closed, I say, and don't forget the reward!
Reward? What reward?
For finding the missing people.
You're friends with Gustav, right? He told you we don't have anything.
It's gonna sink in for a moment, and I'm gonna grumble to myself.
Oh.
You came with us. You know the village was burnt down. These people have
I came with
nothing.
you, where you gave me weapons and ammunition, so I know you had something.
I mean, if you need a few more arrows, Elf, I'll be happy to oblige, but...
How many you got?
Well, I think I have about 10 more over here. Well, maybe 9. I think I broke this one yesterday. And, after he picks up a clean shirt and all, he will actually give you, a small little bundle of 9 arrows as well.
Alright, I've marked that on the sheet.
There's not much use for them in the city anyway.
You say that I spent about 5 arrows helping to recover these people.
Well, perhaps your elven ears keep you from being ambushed on the corner by muggers.
Yes, I do hate smuggers.
They're smuggles.
And so you are planning to head to the bailiff. Alexa,
Yes.
are you playing the same?
Alexa's a little too exhausted. She'll just say, "Okay, thank you, kind friends, for your adulation," which will actually make her blush. And actually, whoa, this is a cool sensation I've never felt before. Adulation.
One more cheer for Alexa.
So
Shut the fuck up! Some of us are trying to sleep!
I'm sleeping here.
Another cheer for Talashin. Woo!
But she'll just please. I just need this equipment taken back. My elven friend will meet with the bailiff and yeah, you know where to find me, good friend Talashin.
I think Lash is gonna give you a hard glare because you are only mildly hurt. Lash looks fucked up. You're like, no, I'm a bit too tired. Lash is bent over, like.
I did work a full day in the forge, and I was waitress at night, like working 2 jobs.
And then
But
also fought multiple ratmen in the sewers.
okay, fine. But let's go.
So the refugees are all about as tired as you are and are happy to be back in the park and leave you for now. But your drunken friend is more than happy to help out, and you know that he's definitely strong enough to carry everything.
Well, I was just gonna suggest that maybe you leave it in the captain's tent, because I don't think anyone's gonna mess with it there, and then you can just come back for it here.
Oh no, keep that smelly stuff out of my tent. I don't need to be smelling like the elf's cart.
Alright, maybe leave it at my tent. How much worse is it gonna smell when you're done?
I suppose.
It was
All right, we'll
literally
leave it
in the
there.
sewer.
I'll steel myself up and like, okay, let's do this.
All right, and the two of you march off towards the bailiff's palace to Midden plots.
Midden plots. It's not the palace district.
Soon tight.
Oh, I think he sneezed himself right off the server.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, just every now and then my third. Alright. So the two of you head there, and I want to say about this time, Conrad is also being escorted there as well, just so that he can give his own testimony. The guards think it would be important to have someone listen and write it down.
Very well.
When you get there, the small crowd of guards that's already approaching lets you in with them when you explain what has occurred. And though they do not take you to the bailiff, who they say is currently sleeping, they do take you to an on-duty watch officer of the night. He seems a little ragged, and his beard is a bit of a mess, but he looks you up and down and go, well, what's all this nonsense? And I presume you will explain it to him, rat tail and all.
I guess I will follow Lash's lead, but say yes. There's monsters in the sewer.
Oh, I was confused. I thought you were talking about Conrad, because Conrad had the retinue of guards.
Right. You see them at about the same time. I'm just making convenience here.
Oh, because no, if they tell me the bailiff is asleep, I'll be like, okay, we'll wait.
Conrad,
Well-
you're alive. Think. Praise shall you.
I could say the same for you. I thought you would be dead when he didn't fall.
It's a miracle that we survived, but we endured, just barely.
Yes, Conrad. I
The
had
odds luck
hoped.
seemed to be on our side.
I had hoped you would take her with you, as I said, before I saw your backside speeding away from me.
Oh, there's
Yes, I
enough of
thought
that.
she would follow. But she's braver than the common man, I would assume.
Alexa's face gets another shade of red.
She's got the fever. Hey,
Stop.
somebody give me a cowbell.
Gotta have more cowbell. Anyway, I guess well, Alexa will just follow what other people are doing because she's tired and doesn't really know the group, so or know the peasants that she saved. So
Right.
she'll describe everything that she saw. But yeah,
Beastmen in the city. Well, that's truly troubling. And Lash, do you describe anything differently?
No, my position is to wait for the bailiff to awaken.
Well, I'm on duty and I'm taking your witness statement, so no need to bother him about this. I'll be doing that in the morning.
And who am I talking to?
Joffrey, I'm officer of the night.
No, I'm sorry, not your name, your position. What's your rank?
Right, I'm an officer of the watch. I command them while the city sleeps.
Ah, okay.
It's my duty.
And who would rank above you?
Well, the bailiff himself.
Ah, okay, then I shall wait for the bailiff.
He will glare at you a little bit. Is there a problem, elf?
Ah, with the racism. Okay. No problem.
Good. Well, then you can tell me everything.
As soon as the bailiff is awake. I was rather hoping
He
that
will-
the
he
guard
will give kind
captain
of
would
like a
give me a
look.
little credence, but apparently, back to the racism. Okay.
He will kind of stare over at Alexa and Conrad and go, "Is your elf always like this?"
hey, you should show him a little respect.
Well, perhaps he should show me a little bit and actually tell me what he wants.
Well, it's kind of complicated. He just wants to make sure that it's properly dealt with, I think.
Well, I have your description
Yes.
here, and what about you, Sir Knight? Are you going to give him a full description?
He will, although knowing better, he won't call them Skaven. He'll just, once again, say they're beastmen. And you should send a detachment down into those sewers to see if there might be some kind of tunnels that have been dug into them from the outside. Maybe that's where they came from.
One of the guards with you pipes up and goes, "We're on that already, sir. We sent a few of our boys down there, and if there's anything off, we'll know immediately and come to you soon." And he just sort of nods at the news. And so no statement from you then, Elf.
Not at the moment.
Well, then I'm grateful nonetheless for your assistance and duty to the city. The city gives you its word of thanks, and, well, I hope that you all have a good night then. He says as he finishes writing on the scroll he was working with, and starts to roll it away. Well, the guards can see you out then. And he seems none the more interested in keeping you a moment longer, nor in giving you anything. What do you do?
I guess we should come back in the morning, since this guy's not going to talk to us or
Right
listen
now,
to us.
yeah, I'm having the thought process now of, if you remember Cheney from True Grit, I must now think about how to better my position. No, because I had this whole plan, but it didn't account for the bailiff being asleep and having to deal with somebody else, so now the fact that you've given the report to somebody else makes me believe that I won't have the impetus of first contact with the bailiff on this matter, which is going to make everything I say sound even dumber. Also, now I have the shadow of racism to deal with, which is weird.
The shadow of racism, and then all of your friends also undermining you by saying beastmen instead of Skaven.
Well, it's not just that. It's, again, I think the punch was going to have more impact if I had dealt with the bailiff directly. So,
Exactly.
now I don't think my plan is going to come to fruition, so I have to consider if it's even worth coming back to make a fool of myself.
Poor peasant, you think the bailiff would just see you directly? Oh, never mind that it's happened twice already.
Yeah, and
You're really
once
rude.
and once with the captain, which is why I was going specifically to bring the captain here, hoping it would bring credence. But apparently it meant nothing.
Alexa will begin to lose her temper at this guy and says, "I don't care! Wake him up right now!"
Guards, take the woman out of here. She obviously needs to calm down after this terrible experience.
Can I do something to try to convince them?
Sure. Go ahead and, what are you gonna say to the guards around you?
This isn't some stupid thing. This is important.
Uh,
Listen.
I think general persuasion and such falls under charm still, doesn't it?
Okay.
Always gotta ask out that feel. So, let's give some charm. You even have some.
Oh.
And they just go, it's all right. Just you can come back in the morning if you really want to see him. The city's not gonna burn in a few hours, is it? Look at you, you're a terrible mess. Come on, please. They
Those
say very politely before they will go to more firm methods.
I guess Alexa will just kind of look at Lash like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm tired, and this is stupid, and
Yeah, no,
maybe
I
they
think
should
it's
make
time
their bed
that
and sleep.
it's time that we split up and go our separate ways again. I don't think anything's gonna come from this place.
Okay, well, I'm gonna find the Temple of Shelia.
I will follow you.
Well, I imagine I have to wait for morning anyway before I can go see the merchants and doctors that I want to see.
Okay.
Or
So,
physicians, I guess they're physicians in this setting.
So Lash, you're just gonna go back home and go to sleep then.
Yep, wait till morning.
Okay, fair enough. And the other two of you, you are going straight to the Temple of Shelia.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, fortunately, its doors are open at all hours, especially to give sanctuary to the poor and injured. And of course, given the refugee situation, there's already at least 150 people there before you. But if you're willing to stay up the rest of the night, maybe you can see someone.
In for a penny, in for a pound. I suppose I'll stay awake
Indeed.
as best I can.
All right. Give me a toughness test to not fall asleep.
Well, hey, one of us stays awake at least.
That's true. You do stay awake, and when they come around to pass by Conrad, you give him a little shake so he wakes up and can plead for assistance with you as well.
Yes, please, we've been injured in defense of the city.
Let's see. Let me scroll up to my healing rules that I wrote down here. Do. Healing. Well, poultices do cost money, and you will have to give a donation, quote unquote, to the temple in order to have them use some of their supplies on you. But they are willing to use to tend to your wounds with or without it.
I'll
Uh,
give him a donation for both myself and Sir Con.
okay.
My thanks
There.
to you, fair lady.
It will be 5 pence each.
Oh, I'll give him a shilling each.
Ooh. Oh well, we're more than grateful for your devotion to Shalia. Please, come with us to this area that's a little cleaner over here. Yes, please.
Okay.
And the two of you, let's see. Healing poultices. When you use a healing poultice, a subject who's heavily injured counts as lightly wounded, and so you can regain 1d10 instead of just 1 when they heal you. So the two of you can go ahead and roll 1d10 wounds.
I guess you can get those things
Ooh.
anywhere.
Oh well, poultice is
It's
a safe-
common, yeah, but I thought I was gonna have to wait till
common in
morning.
5 pence, so.
Yeah, no, I thought I had to wait till morning to get one, which is why I was gonna get one of those and then go to a physician.
A healing draught, however, is much less common, but yeah.
Doesn't affect heavily injured though.
Indeed. So they sit you down and they pull up some foul-smelling, like green and brown goop, and they smear it onto your wounds, and it seeps in and it burns, and they wrap you in bandages and make it tight, and you start to lose feeling in some of your extremities with how tightly they bind it up just to keep it from bleeding. But at least by the end of the process, you feel a little less dirty and a little less, well, bloody, if
Yay, at
nothing
least the
else.
bleeding is stopped now. Okay.
And,
Yes.
of course, by this point, the sun is rising on Middenheim again.
Okay. I guess I'll head back to the park, find the peasants there who came out of the sewer with me, and then they will porter my things to Greybelt's forge. Um,
Uh, I'm sorry, I kind of started reading the text over here. So where did you say you were going? Just back to Greybelt?
back to the
Yeah.
park to get the equipment, and then back to Greybelt.
Alright, you grab the equipment and haul it back to Greybelt, and you see him outside tending the forge, and he's starting to stoke the fires and just bright and early, and he's humming to himself some tune. And he turns around and he hears you coming. He sees you, and his jaw drops. Dear Lord, lass, what happened to you? It looks like you've been dragged through the sewers or something. Oh, come here, come here. Don't carry all that. That's disgusting. Where'd you get all this?
In the sewers, as a matter of fact. There were
Oh, well, that
monsters.
explains the smell. Leave it outside. Leave it outside. Come here, come here. And he will rush over, shoulder you a little bit to help carry you along for your wounds and take you inside to the dirty, terrible house of his and lay you on the couch, which is still cleared off. Oh, what happened to you?
Um, I'll say we apparently some of my friends had a group of people that they came here with, and some of them went missing. So we went to search for them, and there were, as it would turn out, there were creatures that came from the sewers. So we followed them there and fought them, nearly died, and um, I think they were beastmen or mutants or something. They looked like men in the shape of rats, and oh, they we just barely managed to survive. And this is their armor that I managed to take from them, and it's in poor and stinky shape. But I think I could fix it or clean it up and maybe even get some use out of it. And I haven't slept in forever, and I'm really tired. And can I just pay you my day's pay so I can sleep?
He seems very grim and serious as he listens to the story, very intent. And he goes outside for a second and retrieves one of the swords and takes a look at the pommel. And upon it, he sees the triangular scratch mark rune embedded into the pommel. Where's this? Oh yeah. Uh, and he looks at it, and he looks at you and the words that you've told him, and goes, "Skaven, Skaven! Ah, nasty blights upon the world. Every tunnel under the mountain, under every mountain, this one included. And he
Gesundheit?
will. That, that's the name of the creatures that you fought. There can be no
Oh.
doubt of it."
Well, there was one of them that seemed to be in charge that got away. But please, Master Greatmouth, may I please sleep today?
Yes, yes, of course. And he will go ahead and like pull up the blanket that's crumpled off to the side of the couch and lay it over you and tuck you in. And then he'll go to his window and he'll like pull the curtains so that they close and it's nice and dark inside. You just get some rest, lass. We'll speak later when you get some rest.
Thank you, Master Greybelt. You're very kind. And she'll just pass the fuck out.
All right. So you fall asleep. Conrad, you sleep in the Great Park, or do you have an inn, or what do you do? Just to clarify.
Well, would there be a Bretonian embassy around here?
There would, and you've been doing some searching to figure out what they are, and you do know where they are, but you are in a sorry state to just saunter in for sure.
Well, he'll first go to the drowned rat, have a bath, and once he's been cleaned up, he'll go to the embassy and see if there's anybody there he can talk to about what happened, because the Bretonians will know that they're not Beastmen or Skaven, and he might be able to get a certain letter read while he's there.
Okay. So Conrad, you will go and try to find your knightly order despite 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 being tired, injured, staying up the entire night, and well, now having to haul yourself across the city.
Well, he might see if they have a bed for him to stay in, because he to
Well, let's go ahead and give you the text for your thing anyway. You had spent some of your time before trying to locate your knightly brothers from Bretonia, and though the bailiff was too busy to speak to you in previous days personally, a few of his servants said that they would pass along the message and get back to you. And while you kind of wander towards the Great Park, a courier has actually arrived and is looking for you and has a letter for you. And he looks like he's trying to hand it off to you so that you can read it. There you go, sir.
take the letter and see if he can't decipher the seal upon it, even though he has no genealogy yet. That's something he
I don't
needs
think you
to.
even have literacy.
Not yet, no.
And he looks at you as you give it the telltale stare of a man who can't read.
Yep.
And he goes, "Well, I can read that for you, sir." And inside, it details where their contingent is staying in Middenheim. Many of the knights keep their equipment and mounts in the square of marshals and stay in the barracks nearby. With the army out and many of the foreign soldiers either getting similar work fighting the remnants of chaos or going home, this area seems almost empty of activity save for the few that stay to defend the city, or the city guard itself. It's hard to miss the barracks that your friendly Bretonians stay at. They fly a flag with the Bretonian coat of arms, a lion with a sword on red and blue. Within, even in this early hour, the fire is roaring, and men are drinking and making merry. Flutes and harps and guitars play and fill the barracks with musics. And when your countrymen see you enter, they all turn and are a little startled at your disheveled appearance and terrible smell. A few of them rush over, and a few of them, recognizing you, of course, as one of their countrymen, raise their glasses to you and bring you a glass of your own.
Oh, yeah, so gladly drink that up and say, friends, I have disturbing news.
Oh, speak up, brother. It looks like you've been through hell.
I have, actually. I've been through the underworld. There is Skaven under the city. We've driven off a small band of them, but they may be back. So do be on alert.
A few of them nod solemnly and go, "Ah, yes, brother. We've not we've been familiar with them over our stay. Every now and then we see them between the buildings or jumping from the roofs. Oh, never have we thought to go to the sewers to chase after them. Whew. Perhaps you need a bath, friend."
Of course I do. So, if I may.
Ah, yes, please. And they will go ahead and assist you for the time being, and they will pull out some poultices from their own supplies to tend to you, and get your story, and of course, take away your clothes and perhaps burn them, as far as you know. But no, they're going off to be cleaned for the time being. Uh, but of course, it is still early in the morning. You haven't slept, and it's good to relax and recover for a short while. Go ahead. You've already been No, you've already been tended to, so I don't think they can again today. They see your bandages and such. So, never mind about that last part. They instead just make sure that you get a bath somewhere and get clean.
So hand them his armor so they can put it in a bucket of vinegar and swirl it around until all the sewer rust and whatnot comes off.
Of course, of course. Give me another toughness check to just see if you make it through this day.
Nope. He falls asleep in the bath.
You fall asleep in the bath, and well, you definitely don't drown to death. But we'll come back to you because there are others who have also stayed awake all night. Let's see. Gotta scroll all the way back up. Scroll all the way back up. Here we go. Gustav.
Yes.
You have spent the night in training with, Ettlinger. He is a fair but harsh teacher. For every mistake, he drills you a dozen times. For every word, he takes you through every single pronunciation and makes sure you have it right. He does not let you off easy. But by the end of the night, you definitely know that your training has paid off. You definitely understand magic more than you did when you set foot in here. Your
Yay.
control of it is, well, minor. But it is something, and more than many humans ever aspire to. And when it's over, he takes a seat on the little dais that the pillar is on and takes a rest himself, a little exhausted as well. And he stretches and yawns. Ah, well, this is good. You're certainly a better student than many that I've seen in the past. You actually pay attention.
I mean, many. How many students did you train?
I've been through at least 20 in my time.
20.
Yes. I may not look it, but, well, I've been teaching for some time. I used to teach at the college, but, well, those times are behind me now.
So you were a college mage.
I was. But it didn't suit me, and, well, there are more important things to me now. Like this place.
What? What even is this place? It doesn't feel really godly. Well, not the good kind, anyway.
It is a strange place, and one that I've sworn to myself I will protect for some reasons. That perhaps I should explain that there's a reason I'm doing all this. Generosity is one of them, but a more important one lingers. None must come down here with ill intent, and most especially the Guild of Wizards.
Why?
Undoubtedly, you can tell the winds of magic down here and their connection to chaos. The temptation to use this place would be too great for many. It is a fear I hold deep in my heart. Bearing it and forgetting it is no option either. It would merely allow the more nefarious element to gain control of it more easily, without notice. This place has a way of drawing others to it. No. You see, this coming full moon, I have need of you. I need you to stay here and protect this pillar, and let
Me?
none use it. Yes, you.
Against what? And
Against any who venture down here.
I mean,
I have protected it long enough that those who call should not be, well, strong-willed in nature. I'll leave the description at that. It should not cause you too much trouble, but, well, I cannot do myself.
why? You seem more competent than I am.
This is true. He says with, like, absolutely no concern for your emotions on that one. This is true, I am. But, well, I must leave soon. I have business elsewhere. Let me see. Where is the exact sentence? Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Training like that. Do-do. Where did I put the sentence? I had it here. Sorry, I gotta just find it in my notes because I'm having to search the paragraphs for all this.
No problem.
Do-do-do. Well, it's the same reason that I must, that I must rush your training like this, for which I'm very sorry. The reason I must leave soon is that, I must make sure that others lose my trail and, well, also so that I might visit my family once more. It has been a long while and, well, I miss them, simply put.
Uh-huh.
Not to mention that there are some
Sure.
duties that I have long not attended to, and, well, they will be mad at me.
So you want me to protect this place next full moon?
Indeed.
And
Uh,
then what? What
Well-
happens to me?
What happens to you next? He goes ahead and pulls out a letter from his robes and hands it to you. After that, I will be gone, but I still have friends. If you take this letter to the Guild of Wizards and Alchemists in the Freiburg district, do what you can to make contact with an Eisen Westvale and give it to him. Once he reads it, he will take care of you from there. Maybe you might stay and learn, and if you have the coin for it, I suppose. If you're not so fortunate or studies don't suit you, I will return within 2 weeks' time, I promise.
All right. Guess I don't really have a choice, so.
Well, you do have a choice, but if you cannot do this, then I'm afraid what will become of Middenheim in the end.
I'm seriously the only one who can do that, because
Oh,
it really seems like.
not because of your capability, no. But because you're the only person that I trust.